Indian tribes. Vote no on 27.
Welcome back. It's 10:29 along the coast today. Well, wow, it's already warmer than what we thought it would be. We're seeing low 80s, mid 80s for downtown Los Angeles, and in the San Fernando Valley, low 90s today. Upper 80s of the chance of rain for inland Orange County, 91 degrees, windy, and we could see some thunderstorms for the IE, same as the high desert. But coming up, I'll show you cooler temperatures that are on the way in those 7-day forecasts. Back to you.
It has been a long but also a very historic day as it draws to a close across the pond as Queen Elizabeth's coffin finally arrives at the Palace of Holyrood House, which is in Edinburgh.
And as the country mourns, there has been hints of possible family reconciliation as Prince William and his brother Harry, together with their wives, made a surprise joint appearance yesterday. Our very own Lauren Lister is live at Windsor Castle with details for us. Lauren.
Alina and Mark, people in the United Kingdom coming to another day's close during this period of grieving, of mourning for the death of Queen Elizabeth II, the longest serving British monarch who died a few days ago at 96 years old. Let's go ahead and take a live look at Buckingham Palace, one of the places where people have been turning out in droves. And as the sun sets here in the London area, there are still crowds who continue to come out to pay tribute. They've been doing so since her death was announced. Not only Buckingham Palace, but other royal residences like Windsor Castle, where I am. And today, really, it's people in Scotland who are getting to firsthand pay tribute as the Queen's coffin has made a journey through that country. So let's take a look at some of those images that came in just a short time ago, including this one, which was poignant, of farmers lining up their tractors in a town in Scotland as a sign of respect. This along the processional trail as the Queen's coffin was transported via hearse from Balmoral Castle, which is where she passed away just a few days ago. It was sort of a summer estate, a Scottish countryside home. And the journey going 175 miles over 6 hours to Edinburgh, to the official British monarchy residence there. And people along the way able to line the roads and get a glimpse of the coffin inside that hearse. They could actually see it inside. And this all ahead of the return of the Queen's coffin to London, which will happen in a few days. But first, people will have a chance to pay respects there in Scotland. Paying respects in the U.S., President Biden, who shared a story today during a 9/11 remembrance about Queen Elizabeth.
I remember a message sent to the American people from Queen Elizabeth. It was on September 11. Her ambassador read a prayer of service at St. Thomas Church. Grief is the price
And this scene playing out yesterday when the young royals made a surprise appearance at Windsor Castle to take in the tributes and also speak to mourners. One thing that is going viral today, though, is a clip that has surfaced where someone actually caught on camera a moment when Princess Kate actually shared that Prince Louis had told her the Queen is now with great-grandpa when she told her son of news of the Queen's death. Prince Philip, the Queen's husband, died in April of 2021 at age 99. And back out here live, we know that ultimately Queen Elizabeth will be buried in the chapel within the castle walls here at Windsor Castle next to her late husband. Of course, that all comes after the funeral, which is confirmed for next Monday, September 19th at 11 o'clock, televised live, but a lot will happen between now and then, and we'll be here covering it all. For now, that's the latest live in Windsor, and I'll send it back to you in the studio, Mark and Alina.
So much to still look forward to. Lauren Lister, thank you so much for that. And with Queen Elizabeth's death, what will happen to the currency that features her likeness? Eventually, the new king, King Charles III, will get his own portrait to replace hers on the currency, but it may take some time. Money with the Queen's image will remain a legal tender for the time being. King Charles III's portrait won't be taken until the coronation, which may not happen until mid-2023. So the Queen's currency will be in rotation well after that. Other countries that feature the Queen on currency, like Canada and Australia, will also replace the Queen's image with the King's, though that process also may take a little longer.
Speaking of changes to the local dollar in the Commonwealth, the idea of Prince Charles appearing on the banknote, I think we said dollar, we should say pound, I'm assuming, right? Okay, so we're going to correct that. We're going to call it a pound. I guess that has, a few people saying, crikey.
I was wondering what a crocodile has to do with money, but...
Well, here's why. A number of Australians are now pushing to put that man right there, the late Steve Irwin's face on the Australian banknote, saying the late Australian icon should be the one to feature of their highest form of currency. Despite the local push, the Reserve Bank of Australia has now confirmed that King Charles III will appear on Australian currency in line with other Commonwealth nations.
Do you think my face would ever appear on the Glendale dollar?
Glendale dollar. Glendale gold.
Glendale gold, that's very funny.
I'm sure your face is on a bunch of stuff we don't know.
Yeah. Oh, the Glendale pound, that's
Glendale
very funny.
pound.
That's funny. Let me just tell you something. One of the things that you're missing this morning is hearing what comes out of Alina's mouth when the camera's not on. You're funny.
She is.
I'm like, because then I lean in and I go, what did you say? Oh, that's funny.
King Richard over here.
Yeah, Alina After Dark.
And who said men are funnier? That was an
Wow.
argument
Oh,
earlier
she was sitting on that.
Yeah, she was,
okay.
that was in the back pocket.
Yeah,
Right,
she's ready. Lovely velvet dress, by the way. Okay, so the trailer for Disenchanted, the sequel to Disney's 2007 musical fantasy rom-com Enchanted, premiered at the D23 Expo on Friday.